Hello everyone, I'm Pan. Welcome to today's Enterprise Notebook. Let's talk about Fine Cards today. Fine Cards is another business of mine. It's about 1 year old. So its primary business activity is to sell beef in the wet market. I started this business because there's a gap in the market. So what happened was that Market Fresh used to get beef from vendors in Tiong Bahru Market, which is quite similar to what we do for chicken and beef and vegetables or other of our groceries. But beef supply was actually pretty inconsistent. There were only 2 stores selling beef in Tiong Bahru Market, and sometimes, right, both stores are not open at the same time. Okay, and then they can be closed for like 1-2 days in a row. So this creates a bit of problem for Market Fresh, as if they are not open, then we have to refund orders, and this is not a good experience for our customers. So there was also a period late last year where the old beef auntie had to go on a long leave due to medical reasons, and this was my catalyst, right, for deciding to start my own beef stall. So the main idea is to have a consistent supply of beef, at least for Market Fresh itself. So I opened my first beef stall at Serangoon North Market. Okay, so I went into this with zero experience, and it was a rather steep learning curve. Okay, at first I could not even tell the various parts of the beef apart. Okay, so business was super bad, but that was expected. How bad now? In preparation for the first day of opening, right, I brought in about $3,000 worth of goods, okay, in preparation for the first day. So y'all guess how much sale I made on my first day of opening? I still remember the number in my head. Okay, the very first day that we opened, right, we had $56 sale whole day. So that was like, wow, we had $3,000 worth of goods ready to sell, but we only sold about $50 worth. So the next day was a little bit better. We had about $100. Then the following day, it went down to $20. $20, really, seriously, $20 sales in one day. Okay, so at the end of the week, right, total sales for the week came out to about $500. Okay, and week 2 and week 3 were hardly better, so the sales were actually pretty stagnant. So I was bleeding money consistently for months. Okay, we took a long time to really learn the business. And the positive was that, okay, the negative was that I lose money consistently. The positive part was that I was slowly figuring out the intrinsic details of running a beef business. So we slowly figure out what the customer wants to buy. We slowly figured out which days the business was better, which days were poor. So even though it was selling in the same market, in a wet market, which is similar to what I've been doing for my seafood business for 10 years, it was same, but it was also very, very different. Okay, and I was losing quite a bit of money on the beef side, and this is even after taking into account I'm supplying my own beef to Market Fresh. So Market Fresh does provide me with a certain amount of revenue, okay, which I can use to keep the beef business afloat. But even considering the amount, right, that we supply to Market Fresh, which was actually not very big, the business was consistently bleeding a moderate amount of money on a monthly basis. So at this point in time, right, the auntie at Tiong Bahru Market had to go on a very long medical hiatus, and because we were on pretty good terms, because I have been buying beef from her for Market Fresh for quite some time, so she was actually pretty open to letting me carry on with her business. So this was actually quite an opportunity. So, but at that point, I wasn't very sure whether to go ahead with that or not, because as I mentioned, my business has been making losses right since day one. Okay, we have never made a profit since day one. So after some consideration, I decided to just go ahead with the second stall, even though I don't know how it will turn out. Okay, because we're really making losses, we might even lose even more on a monthly basis, and then our runway is not very long as well. Okay, so the reason for me going forward with this one was that first thing, I guess that the crowds at Tiong Bahru Market will be better than at Serangoon. Okay, Tiong Bahru is a much bigger market compared to Serangoon. Footfall is also much better. So I reckon retail sales would be a lot better than Serangoon. Secondly, it's also because the heart of Market Fresh operation, right, is in Tiong Bahru Market. So we do all the packing over there. So if we have our own beef store over there, right, it will make back-end logistics and operations, right, so much easier, so much more straightforward. So I decided, just go ahead, even though I don't know how it will turn out, and even though I was already losing money. So fortunately, it turned out okay. Overall, okay, the business at Tiong Bahru Market for the first 2-3 months after we opened, overall, the beef business was losing money, okay, but Tiong Bahru Market is actually profitable by itself as a standalone retail shop. So it actually helped stem the bleeding a little bit, okay. So at this juncture, right, which was about 6 months into the business, the beef business, Fine Cuts itself, right, was pretty stable. Okay, we have a little bit of momentum, and with this, okay, I'll leave the video today. I'll end the video today with a bit of a cliffhanger, okay, because it is already super late. I'm recording this at about 1 plus in the morning. I'm super tired. I have to wake up in 2-3 hours to go to the fishery report. But to recap, I've run the business. I run Pun's Fine Cuts, right, for about a year, and at this juncture, at this point in the story, we're at the 6 months mark. Okay, so a little bit of teaser. In the second half of the year, right, I made a very big wrong move, right, that dropped the business back into square one. Okay, but it's super late now. I'll go into this tomorrow. In any case, my name is Pan. Okay, thank you for watching my Enterprise Notebook. I'll see you all tomorrow. Bye bye.